So Kevin, it's April 10th. Do you know what that is?
9 days after April Fool's Day.
So it's been 1 year since the first video we've done in the daily Monday through Friday videos.
It's been a journey.
And I got you something.
Yeah?
Just a gift. I didn't wrap it.
It's okay. Yeah, perfect.
I don't know if you have one yet. So
No, I don't actually. I've been looking at this for a while.
yeah, it's nice to have like a friend. So how should we celebrate?
Let's look back at some of our favorite videos from last year.
One of the favorites that I had from the last year videos was something Jordan said. He had a creative idea for how to use waiting list and refunds to actually make money for your race. Now, do you have any customer success stories working here at RunSignup?
I think a good success story that we've had at RunSignup was introducing a feature called waitlist and refunds to an event that sells out very quickly. They used to never do a waitlist, and they never offered refunds because they sold out 6 months in advance. So a cool story for them was we offered the waitlist, and they had a massive group of people trying to sign up for this race afterwards. Then they decided, let's offer refunds less $20. So let's say the race was $80. They were going to refund you. They allow a runner to refund $60 and they keep $20. And then instantly the next person on the wait list slides into that slot. So they did 800 refunds that year. So 800 times $20, that was their success story, all by a couple clicks on RunSignup, which was pretty neat.
He's so smart. So one of my favorites is actually our video that we did for video results. It's one of those features that is rarely used, but when done properly is a super powerful feature. I think a lot of participants really do like video results and how everything is integrated into the RunSignup results. So I think it's one of those underrated features, really easy to set up, that brings a lot of value to your race and to your participants. So the cool thing about our video result feature is you're able to link a RunSignup result to a YouTube video showing your finishers crossing the line. What's great about that is once you have everything set up and linked properly, in the RunSignup results for each participant, you can click on a video link and it will take them right to when that particular participant finishes. So typically it's a static video right at your finish line that will have like your clock time showing. It'll look something like this, where you just have a static camera shot and kind of showing all your finishers cross the line. So you can see here in this result, there's now a video link under their clock time for each participant. And that participant or you as a race director can click into that video link and it'll take them to that YouTube video and show exactly when that particular participant crossed the line.
So we could do a search here for Pickle. We find Allison, who works here. She's bib 39. You can click on her video result there. And we see her crossing the line. Bib 39. And it's all synced up.
In this particular example, we set a delay, so it'll backtrack X number of seconds before the finisher crosses the line.
So now let's quickly take a look at how we can set this up. So on your race dashboard, after you have your results uploaded, you can go to RaceDay Tools, Results, Edit Results. And on the results set, we're going to be looking at 2013. You can go to Video Settings and just check the box for Set up a finish line video on YouTube. Put the YouTube video ID in. The video ID is what's after the watch $V equals. So this little segment here, if you have this and T equals and then something S, you can get rid of that. That's just if you had watched the video before, YouTube's trying to bring you to the spot where you last left off. So you grab that video ID, copy it, paste it into here. Next, in the video offset section, for clock times, you go to the video, and for this video, the clock time was put as an overlay on top of the video. A tip that we have for video results is if you're recording the video at the finish line, try to get the clock at the finish line in the shot. As you can see here, it is in the shot, but this is the back side of the clock, so we can't see anything there. It'll just make it a lot easier if you can get that clock in the shot.
When I was timing, we had a dual-sided clock. So they do make dual-sided clocks. Both sides of the clock will show the running clock time, because you do always want to have the clock facing the runner so the runner can actually see the time. And if you have a dual-sided clock, it'll help the video results. And then, for your spectators and runners, they'll see the time as they come in.
But again, for this video, they put in the overlay, so we can use that as the clock time. Gonna play the video a little. He crosses the line about 24:43. That's when we see our first runner coming in. So we put that in as the clock time, and then we look at the timestamp on the video. It's about 2:15 or 2:14 if I back it up a second. So we're going to put that in as the start time video offset. And we'll save our settings. So now when we click this video link, it's going to bring us to 2:14 in the video, or actually 2:09, because we have this 5-second offset, which is going to start the video 5 seconds before the point in the video that matches the clock time for that runner.
The reason why we do recommend 5 seconds as a delay is if you didn't set a delay and you click right into the video, you would just watch the runner cross the line and you wouldn't actually be able to see the runner kind of coming into the finish line, kind of the last 5-second stretch that they're running in.
Now, when you post your video to YouTube, we recommend that you don't do any edits to it. Just post it from start to finish, because if you edit it, that's going to mess up the offset and you'll have to put in even more offsets.
So in this video, there is an edit that was made to the video. So you can see here, we're right around 2 minutes and 12 seconds into the video, and we see our first place finisher crossing the line with a clock time of around 24:44. So if we pause it right here, you can see that the clock time is 24:44. The video time is 2:15. Now, if we play it through really quickly and pause it right here, you can see we're 1 second after that 2:15 now in the video. So we're at 2:16 into the YouTube video, but you can see the clock time jumped to 26:40. So there was about a 2-minute gap between first place and second place finisher. And so now as we come in and kind of watch the finisher come through, the second place finisher will finish at around 26:49 or so clock time, and he'll finish right at 2 minutes and 26 seconds into the video. So he finished in the YouTube video 11 seconds after the first place finisher, but in reality it was around 2 minutes later. So if we go back to our result page right now, if we were to click the video link for our second place finisher, because we're using the first offset of 2:15 in the video and 24 minutes into the clock time, it's going to try to add around 2 minutes to the YouTube video, and it's going to bump you into around 4 minutes and 20 seconds or so into the video. So the offset that we set up originally didn't take into account the 2-minute cut that we deleted out of this video. So it's going to bring you to 4:15 into the video, and it's not going to be right on to where the second place finisher is.
Yeah, so here we have bib 919, but the finisher that we clicked on was 2:52. So to correct this, we would add another offset. And as Kevin mentioned, that finisher came in around 26:49. So that would be our new clock time here. And then the start time in that video was 2:26. And then we can't have overlapping clock times here, so we have to put an end time on this one. We'll just put it at 25 minutes because we don't have any video footage of runners crossing the line at 25 minutes. So in this case, we only had one runner coming in at this point, but if you had multiple runners coming in, you would just put this as the last clock time that you see in the video before the new offset starts. And then we'll save those settings. And now if we go back here and refresh the page, when we look at bib 252 and watch his video result, we can see him crossing the line, 252. And now since there's no more edits in the video, everyone after that is going to go off that second offset, and their videos are going to be synced up with their finish time. We recommend that you don't do any edits in your video, so you only have to set the one offset. So even if you have like a 10-minute gap between runners, just leave that in there, post the whole video, and then set one offset.
Now, there might be situations where you may want to make cuts in your YouTube video. Oftentimes in ultra races, there's a huge time gap between your first place finisher and your last place finisher. We're talking like, 7, 10, 11, 12 hours between your first and last finisher. In those cases, yeah, you'll probably want to make cuts in your YouTube video and kind of shorten the video down from 12 hours to maybe 2 hours or 1 hour, whatever it may be. RunSignup only supports linking one result set to one YouTube video. So the reason why you would want to make the edits in this particular example here with ultras is you can't post multiple YouTube videos of your 12-hour finish and put it as kind of part 1, part 2, part 3 separate videos on YouTube and link it all to one RunSignup result. You'll just want to make sure you make note of kind of when the cuts happen, clock time, and then when you post a video, just make sure you know kind of where the YouTube video timestamps are and match it up to when you cut it in the clock time. That way, when you're setting up your offsets, because you'll have to set up multiple offsets, you kind of can do that quickly without having to jump back and forth between the YouTube video and the RunSignup setup. But for 5Ks and 10Ks, even marathons where your finishers are sort of done within, call it an hour or two window, you can just post that 2-hour video onto YouTube and just set up the first offset, and you should be good to go. I'm so smart.
I was gonna say we're so smart. Now, while we're patting ourselves on the back for how smart we are, this next video I really enjoyed for the information, but also for the puns. Glenn me the money. Lend D money. Oh, nailed it. So in this video, we're going to talk about the benefits of peer-to-peer fundraising, and I'm going to show off some puns that I'm pretty proud of.
So one of the main benefits with peer-to-peer fundraising that we found from our race trends report is races that enable this raise more money. On average, races that have enabled peer-to-peer fundraising raise around $8,200 versus $4,700 for races that have not enabled peer-to-peer fundraising. Now, with peer-to-peer fundraising, it's really the best way to maximize fundraising dollars. Now, it's really important to remember that peer-to-peer fundraising is not a set and forget enterprise. You really want to make sure you engage with your fundraisers, engage with your donors and supporters, and really inspire and support them to really kind of fundraise as much as they can. So one of the benefits of RunSignup's fundraising feature is we have tons of features that really allow for you to engage with your supporters. One of the first ways that we can show off here is if you have a cover page, you can have individual and team fundraising leaderboards. This really makes it a little bit of a competition to try to be on top of the leaderboard, fundraise the most among individual fundraisers or as a team.
So as we can see here, Len D Money is doing the best. She's in first place. Sharon Wealth, she's in second. She raised $50 of her goal. Don Nate, admittedly, that's not a great pun, but he's in third. Then there's Karen a lot. And I'm a Giver is in the fifth place position, but there's 19 overall. So you can check out all those fundraisers if you want.
So if we click into an individual fundraiser,
we'll go to Karen.
You can see here on this individual fundraiser, Karen has done a lot of customization. She's added all of these banner images. She's added a story about her reasoning why she's fundraising for this specific cause. And the race has set up these fundraiser milestones and badges that she can collect as she raises more money. So again, this is all a way to engage with your fundraisers and really support them to be able to further fundraise and bring in more donation dollars. So additionally, we allow you to click on some social media links, and this will allow Karen to share her fundraiser on Facebook, Twitter, or if she wanted to email a link to her fundraiser, she could do that as well. Again, just another way that we support fundraisers and allow them to get their fundraisers out to their friends and family so that they can donate to.
And Sharon also has those options. So if Sharon plans on sharing her fundraiser, then she could do that.
So another thing that we have is a top donor list. This is really great, again, because it engages with your supporters and allows your donors to really be front and centered showing that they've supported certain causes.
And you can even see pledges in here. You see there's a $45 pledge from Will Pay You. So he's going to pay us $45.
I saw that in the corner of my eye. And we also have a donation thermometer, which shows how much you've raised against your goal amount. So this is just incentivizing your fundraisers and your team fundraisers to bring in more donation dollars to try to reach the goal that they have set.
And your fundraisers can set their own individual goals if they want, so they can all be striving for whatever they think they can do. We're so dumb. Sorry, I'll take that. I'm so dumb.
I just sat there laughing. So the next video that we want to showcase is the video on how to handle race day registrations. It's a common question that a lot of race directors have in terms of just what's the best way to do it, what are best practices, and I think we did a pretty good job of laying it out there, and how you can use RunSignup to leverage our technology to make your life a little easier on race day.
So a couple weeks ago, we had the Scott Coffee 8K in Morristown, New Jersey, and RunSignup was there to do race day packet pickup.
Yeah, so we had a bunch of employees come out and work the Saturday morning packet pickup and kind of experience what you guys experience on race morning. We used the CheckIn app to get all of our participants' bibs checked in. We did dynamic bib assignment, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So here you can see the setup that we had for the packet pickup. For the most part, most participants have always registered online beforehand, but you always get those couple people that show up race morning that want to register and run, but haven't done so just yet. So what we did was we created these QR codes and just put them out kind of right at the entranceway to where the packet pickup table is. That QR code goes right to the RunSignup sign up page. And something that we probably could have done a little bit better was probably could have had signage that's a little bit more at the eye level. Kind of having it down low kind of makes it hard for participants to see. But oftentimes what would happen is a participant would come up to the table and ask us like, hey, I haven't registered. Is there anything I can do? And we would just direct them to that QR code sign. They would walk over there, scan the QR code and get themselves registered, and then come back up to the table and get themselves checked in. So here you can see we have about 5 or 6 of us that are handling the actual check-in portion. We have a stack of bibs in front of each of our volunteers, so that way we're not trying to reach over anyone and trying to grab this from the same pile.
We can also see Jeff's keeping quite the stare there.
And I didn't want to be on camera, apparently. And here you can see Allison just pulled a stack of bibs from a box that we had in the back. So you always want to keep a stack of backup bibs handy just in case you do run out as you're checking participants in. And these bibs are all pre-chipped already, so they are ready to go, ready to hand out to participants and have them get their start and finish times. So from our point of view, we also had a couple people that had their computers out. We had some issues where participants' information was either like incorrectly entered or anything like that. And just having a computer on hand with back-end access to the dashboard and being able to make those changes quickly, we were able to get those participants kind of updated and ready to go.
So Ryan here is checking somebody in. He's getting their information, grabbing a bib for them, and assigning that into the app. He's also putting their name on the back, which is always good, especially if you're giving out multiple bibs to one person. That way they make sure they give that bib to the right person when they go back to their group. And if you can see, there's people behind them at the shirt table. Ryan could just turn around and ask for whatever size he needs, and then they'll pass it up to the front. We also have pins on the table, and at the end there you could see they're giving away, someone dropped their sunglasses. Where was I?
Coffee.
And at the end of the table there, you could see that they have coffee, which was one of the giveaways that we were giving to all the registrants. People could just walk on over, pick one up after they're done checking in.
And I think during this race, we probably checked in in about an hour span, we checked in around close to 300 participants. And between the I would say 5 of us. The line never got more than 2 or 3 deep. Obviously, as we are all employees, we use the CheckIn app quite frequently, so we are able to kind of be pretty efficient with the app. A lot of these participants are also repeat participants. So a lot of these participants really just walk up and know exactly what information we need. So they'll just walk up and give us their last name, and we don't have to kind of spend some time asking for their information or anything like that. They just come up and give the information that we need specifically to check them in.
So that's great information for race directors going into race day registration. We also have other videos centered around race day, the CheckIn app, photos, results. We'll have links to these in the description. Plus, you can search our YouTube channel for it. Now, the next video that we're going to show you is about referral refunds. And this is something that we recommend for all races to turn on if you can.
So let's talk about something all races should enable: referral tracking and referral refunds. This allows you to leverage your current participants to bring in more participants for your races.
Basically, you're getting your participants to advertise for your race to their friends and family, which is the best kind of advertising you can get because you'd rather listen to someone you know than just a Facebook ad.
Exactly. And if you take a look at our yearly race trends report, you can see that about 6% of transactions are from referrals when referral refund and referral tracking is enabled. So it's a really great tool to bring in new participants. So let's take a look at how to set it up really quick. If you go to your race dashboard and select promotion, referral tracking, setup, you can turn on allow referral tracking and activate referral refunds. And here's where you can set up the number of referrals a participant needs to get before getting the refund. In our example here, the participant needs 5 referrals to get a $15 refund. So we always recommend that you set a high threshold and high reward for your referral refunds. You don't necessarily want to have 2 referrals for a $10 refund. You want to set a higher threshold, but yet attainable with a high reward.
And the reason to do that is because some people might try to go for the 5 referrals and only get 2, 3, or 4, and then you're not refunding that person, but you're still getting 4 referrals from them. Now, if you go into the advanced options, you can say to add an additional refund for every X number of registrations that use the referral codes. So you could say if they get 5 more referrals, they get another refund. So they'd have $30 off if they bring in 10 referrals. And then you can also cap that off, say they only get 2 referral-based refunds. That way $30 is the max that they can get back. Or you can just let them keep getting refunds till they hit $0.
Yep. So let's take a look at what the participants would see from their point of view. So they've gone through the registration process and now they're going to select complete registration. And after they select complete registration, they'll get this pop-up right here that will give them their referral link that they will want to share with their friends and family.
And they can find this in their confirmation message and profile as well. So if they don't get it here, they can find it somewhere else.
Correct. Yep. So this is the link that they'll want to give to their friends and family to register, and they'll be credited for any completed registrations from that referral link. Additionally, we have a little bit of reporting for referral tracking as well for you. So under promotions, referral tracking, manage codes, you'll be able to see all of the referral codes and how many page views that code has brought, how many signups that specific code has brought, and just gives you some more data points as you kind of work with this feature.
Yeah, the completed registrations is the one you're going to be really interested in because this will show you how many people actually signed up from the referral code and how much money you made off of those referrals.
So speaking of money, speaking of how much money you made off of referrals, another great video that we have is regarding why it's important for you to set up your payment account ahead of time. So that video is part of our bigger financial payment account series. So we've got tons of videos about why you should set up a payment account, problems with your bank verifications, social security information, stuff like that. So definitely check out that playlist to get more information on payment accounts and additional financial information.
So this video is just a PSA as to why it's important to set up your payment account well before you're ready to start collecting registrations. And that's because there are some review processes that go into place once you submit your payment information. Now, those processes start off as automatic and they will work on the weekends. But if you happen to fail one of those processes and the manual process kicks in, then if you're starting your payment account on a Friday and you wanted to start registration on that weekend, then you're going to need to wait till Monday at the earliest for your bank account to be reviewed. So our advice is to not risk it. Make sure you're setting up your payment account well ahead of time before you start planning on collecting registrations.
Yeah, so those were our some of our favorite videos that we recorded over the last year. Hopefully you found these helpful to you guys. If you have any ideas or if you have any feedback, feel free to leave a comment below. Or if you want, feel free to email us at info@runsignup.com. Or if you have an account manager or sales rep, you can also let them know as well.